Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Friday afternoon, so I am at my son's practice again, but not for long. I'm about to head over to the library because I'm about to start a new challenge for myself. I am about to try to read at least 1 or 2 books a week. We'll see how that goes though. I already finished one. So actually later on today, I will probably do a little review on that because that was really good. It was The World's Most Haunted House by William Hall. If you guys don't know, that was about the haunting on Lindley Street in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I don't know if you guys seen some of my other videos, but I am from Connecticut, so any hauntings around here are really interesting to me, especially this time, October. So I definitely thought that was fit. I do have another book, The Haunting of Hill House. Actually, let me grab that because I'm gonna start that next. Oh yeah, it's super bright, so I'm sorry if you can't see it, but I am in my car and stuff. So, but like I said, I'm about to head over to the library. I'm about to pick out another book because, like I said, I was finished that one, and then after I start this one, The Haunting of Hill House, I'm gonna go ahead and then just go right into another one. Actually, sometimes I like to go back and forth. If like I start a book and then I can't like stay into it, sometimes I like to start something else, or even I'll start to read it on like my Kindle or something. But yeah, so I'm gonna head over to the library and I'll see you guys there. Back again, but a little bit of a change of plans. I'm about to run into the dollar store because I'm about to celebrate Dia de los Muertos this year in honor of my sister. That was definitely her shit. So yeah, I'm about to run into the dollar store real quick and grab a couple things, and then I'll be heading over to the library. Hey, kicks of the day. Talking shit. Oh, Christmas already. Oh, this is sad. Good thing I only need a little bit. All right. I know it's like almost the end of October. This is ridiculous, though. Look at this. All right. Ryan. Just boxes full. Give me Halloween stuff.
I guess right after this last
My mom's, my little flowers. I'm so sorry. I just have to say this. I have been like a total liar today because I never ended up going to the library. After I went to the dollar store, I ended up going to a couple other stores. We have like a Goodwill and a TJ Maxx next to us. So I went there. I went to TJ Maxx because I was looking for some flower vases. As you can see behind me, I did not end up getting any from there, but well, no, you probably couldn't tell, but I didn't end up getting any from there. I just ended up going back to the dollar store and grabbing these, but I ended up spending like almost the whole time out at those stores and stuff because I was looking for like some other things. I'll probably go through this when we're completely done, but anyways, I did want to get back into the review. So again, the book was The World's Most Haunted House by William Hall. It is the Lindley Street haunting in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I thought that this was an excellent book because this was like one of the first books where it wasn't like just kind of like a story from somebody else's perspective necessarily and kind of like fabricated to like be more exciting or anything. Yeah, so like I was saying, this one was kind of like I want to say almost nonfiction, even though I did get it in the... No, you know, I did get it out of the nonfiction section. I had to think about it for a second because I'm like, hold on, what genre was this exactly? But I think that was definitely where it should have been because it wasn't fabricated. It definitely told like what happened. It didn't necessarily just give the... I'm going to put this down. It didn't necessarily just give the writer's perspective and stuff like that. It kind of gave like everybody overalls. And to me, this definitely seemed like a haunting situation. So I'm just going to go through the book a little bit, I guess, and tell you a little bit about it. So it starts off with this, I don't want to say elderly, but they're kind of like an older couple. She's like in her late 30s. She's like 36 or something like that. And he was in his 40s. So it was Laura and Jerry. Oh no, I forgot their last names. But Laura and Jerry. So they ended up having a son together, and he ended up having cerebral palsy and passed away pretty early in his childhood. I think he was like 6 years old when he passed away. Shortly after that, they ended up adopting a younger girl who was maybe just like around his age or even just a couple years older from Canada. Her name was Marcia. So she ends up moving to Connecticut with them, and shortly after she's there, she's in private school. She's not able to stay in private school because of the cost, so they end up moving her to a public school. She ends up getting beat up by a boy, actually, which was kind of like, I can't even believe that. I mean, not that I can understand girls either, but it was like almost even worse because it was like a little boy. But he ends up like hitting her really hard in the back and like messed her up. He kicked her in like her private parts and stuff like that, and she was like really damaged from it. She ended up being in a body brace and stuff. So they ended up homeschooling her for a little while, and she was like in the house all the time. She didn't have any friends. She wasn't going out and doing anything. Which to me, that definitely, like, to be from somewhere else where because she was Native American, so to come into a family where you don't know them and stuff like that, you're not able to have any friends. There was just so many, like, suppressed emotions that the girl ended up having, that she kind of just, in my eyes, like, reading the book, she definitely seemed like the perfect vessel for a poltergeist or something to come into, because it didn't seem necessarily like it was the house. It almost, like, I'll be honest, sometimes it seemed like it was the house, but sometimes it seemed like it was focused on her. Like, if she wasn't in the house, maybe it wouldn't be so bad, but there definitely were times where things happened. But anyway, so Marcia ends up getting homeschooled, and like I said, like, she starts to get a little bit frustrated and stuff, and then things start happening in the home. Let's say, like, things are flying off the wall. The TV is, like, raising up, like, levitating and then moving. The refrigerator's moving, pictures, stuff like that. So they end up calling, I think, Laura, the mom. She ends up calling, or it might have been Jerry, but they end up calling one of their friends or something. But one of their friends just so happened to be like a police officer too. So he comes and he sees things happening. People in the police department definitely see things happening. It gets recorded. Ed and Lorraine Warren end up coming. All of that stuff. I believe there was one of the priests. I forgot what his name is. Father. I don't want to lie to you guys. Well, another priest ends up coming, and the reason why I don't have no problem saying this, not like a spoiler for the book or anything, because you could literally, like, go look up this case and I'll tell you all of this stuff too. But so the police end up. Was that what I was saying? Sorry, I just totally threw myself off. All right, what was I saying? All right, so yeah, there was a priest that was there, and even he was like, you know, he's seen the things that was happening. He was like suggesting certain things, and then it got to a point where another police officer came in. I think he was in the same department. He wasn't as what's the word I'm looking for? Like sold on everything that was happening. At this point, there's like tons and tons of people coming out to see the house. I'll actually show you guys some pictures here. And as you can see, there's like tons of people there. And this is not a very big house either. And Connecticut is actually really small. So for there to be like 2,000 people on this one street, it got really hectic, and the police kind of had to do, I think, whatever they can do to kind of like minimize the situation publicly, because at this point, in the book and stuff, it had just got too crazy. So they end up going inside. another police officer ends up going inside and talking to Marcia. Certain things happen, and they're like, oh, this is a hoax. We're just gonna call this a hoax, and everybody go home. There's no ghost here. Literally, I think that was one of the titles of the books. There are no ghosts in Bridgeport, but there are ghosts everywhere, especially like where crazy things happen. I like it could be everywhere, anywhere. But anyway, so let's see. They end up calling it a hoax and stuff, but even after that, like because of why they say that, like it really there could have been no reason for them to really do it besides just trying to calm things down. Because things were definitely still happening, even though it wasn't being publicized at that point. Definitely things were still happening, and it got to a point where like there was a weekend where it was like hell weekend for them, and they couldn't really do anything about it. But I'm gonna actually like read you a little excerpt from this thing. This is why I'm like, there's no way there were so many people who weren't directly like living in the house, family members, stuff like that, for there to be like police officers and firefighters and like higher ups and stuff like that. I think even like one of the paranormal or something like that experts and stuff from Connecticut came out. I forgot exactly what his title is, but I think his last name is Boyce. I'm going to double check. But, so I'm going to just read you something real quick. Just a little short passage. This is November 25th, 1974. To Captain Charles Barker from Patrolman George F. Wilson, Jr. regarding the strange occurrences at blank Lindley Street. Blank. Sir, I was on patrol at 8:23 and went over to cover G35 on an unknown call at Lindley Street. Upon my arrival, we found inside the house looking as if someone completely ransacked it. We were then advised by the people that strange things were happening, furniture moving, things falling from the walls, etc. At this time, I entered the kitchen and saw the refrigerator actually lift up and leave the floor approximately 6 to 8 inches and move towards me a couple of feet. I then went into the living room and saw a chair bounce around. I, at this time, attributed these strange things to something natural such as gas, termites, etc. I called the radio room to send some inspectors from the fire department to check the house. The fire department arrived, checked the house, and stated there was nothing wrong with the house that they could find, and left. I was in and out of the house all day for different reasons and spent approximately 4 hours total in the house. During this time, I observed several strange things happening. These were the following. I saw a large TV slowly make a 90-degree turn away from us and face the wall. A bureau bounced off the floor a couple of times. A crucifix nailed to the wall vibrate and pulled itself off the wall. A picture on the wall fall and nearly strike my partner, Patrolman Leroy Lawson. 3 different reclining chairs bounced around, changing positions in the room. A large clock on the shelf in the kitchen fall to the floor, and all of the preceding is what I actually saw inside of blank Lindley Street. Respectfully submitted, Patrolman George F. Wilson, Jr. That kind of sums up the like why you would think that like this has to be real. Like, I mean, I myself definitely believe in ghosts and I definitely believe in the paranormal, but this was just an excellent read, especially because, like I said, it wasn't written in like a fictional way or something. It was more factual, but it was written like you were there. You know what I mean? It was definitely interesting to read, and I really enjoyed that, especially, like I said, for the time. It kind of was like perfect. But like I said, the next book that I was going to be getting into was going to be The Haunting of Hill House. And then I did have another book that I'm going to show you. That, like I said, I didn't go to the library, but I picked out 3 books last time I went. So I was going to bring this one back because I'm like, I don't know if I want to do like 3 ghost books in a row, but I think I probably will. This one is The House is Haunted by John Boyne. So after Hill House, we'll see how that one goes. I might change my mind, but we'll see. And as you can see, like, this is some of my book collection behind me. I have tons of books that are not even here. So many that I've given away or like let people borrow and they never give them back. I don't know if you guys like to read, but let me know in the comments if you guys are a reader and if you like to share your books and then never get them back. That bothers me so much. I mean, I love to share experiences, but damn. And if you guys are interested, no, I don't even care if you're interested. I'm sorry. I'm just going to show you the results of some of the stuff that I ended up getting while I was out today. And let's check that out. Probably like a weird glowy situation happening here. But I did get some skulls. They're definitely important in the Mexican culture for Dia de los Muertos. I have a little bit of alcohol here. That's always a nice offering for the spirits. Usually want to leave stuff that they like. These, like I said, I had got sorry about that. You know, it's so weird that anytime I'm like recording anything about my sister, like something always happens with the camera. It's just, I don't even think it's weird. I just definitely recognize it now. But anyway, like I was saying, so yeah, I had got these vases because I wanted to put some mums in it. Mums are also an excellent thing for Dia de los Muertos. I have this coffee cup, which is also a sugar skull. Oh my goodness, I'm like, I can't even talk today. And I was going to put coffee in it in the morning. I didn't want to put it in there tonight because it's just going to go bad. I also put a avocado. It's funny, but like, we're Mexican. She loved guacamole, especially she made the best guacamole ever. I have a gel pen because she was a writer and she loved gel pen. This is also a smelly one, so it just reminds me of when we were little. So that's just like another thing. She's definitely like, she had to have chapstick. I truly believe this is hers too, that she actually left it at my house a little while before she died. And I apologize if I talk about her too much. No, I kind of don't, to be honest, but whatever. Like I was saying, this was her. She had left it at my house, so I definitely put it there because she could not live without chapstick. Her lips were so big. I'm actually going to show you a picture of her. She's smiling, but yeah. And then, of course, this has a little bit of incense in there. I put this on there for two reasons. One, because it's a pineapple. She loved like pineapple, coconut, mango, any kind of like island fruit, something like that. Like, that's always like her favorite. And so that's definitely why I put that there. And then it also has like a potpourri in there, which incense is one of the things that you use for the spirits because when they smell things, it's supposed to like entice them. I also have this candle, which is to me it smelled like cotton candy, and that is also something that reminded me of her. And it's also a candle. You light candles in memory of them. One thing I also wanted to notice or to note, I'm so sorry, like if you just can listen to me during this whole video, I'm just saying words wrong. It was just so bad. I can't even talk today. But when you do the skulls and stuff, like say if you were to ever do a sugar skull in memory of someone, usually it would have the letter of their name on the forehead, kind of to like represent them. So I don't know, maybe that's something I would do in the future. I definitely have like a couple of like tattoos and stuff. I just got one of her name. Sorry for this mess. This is my son's bike and his football stuff. I don't know why he decides to leave it in my kitchen, but whatever. And let's see, it's almost finished. It's just missing the flowers, so maybe I'll show you like a finished product in like my next video and stuff, and maybe even like talk about like the weird occurrences and stuff that's been happening when I do try to talk about this girl. I'm actually surprised this video has lasted this long. I've been recording for a couple minutes and I thought it was going to shut off, to be honest. Not even that my camera is warning me or anything. It's just the way that things work lately with this lovely lady spirit. But again, this was my sister Desiree. That was that lovely lady I was trying to tell you about. I'm so sorry if you hear some noise. The whole time, I know you've probably been hearing something. That is my son. He's upstairs. He was playing Fortnite or something like that. I think he's watching YouTube or something now. I do apologize. But yeah, I did want to show you guys that, and I hope you guys have a good night. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time.